commitment. 2 years ago, Ghanaians from all walks of life came together to plant trees across the country, marking the maiden edition of Green Ghana Day. Today, Green Ghana Day is a day of hope for climate action. And I'm happy that together we're joining hands for a third year running to plant millions of trees to help restore our lost forest cover and halt the effects of climate change. As has become evident, we're living in a time of unprecedented global environmental challenges that threaten our existence and the fate of our planet. The climate crisis is affecting our health, our livelihoods, our security, and our future, and is a major obstacle to sustainable development. In addition to this, anthropogenic greenhouse gas emissions continue to be the major driver of this crisis. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, for example, reports that human activities have emitted some 2.4 trillion tons of carbon dioxide since the pre-industrial era, and half of that amount remains in the atmosphere till this very day. This means that we have already exceeded the safe level of carbon dioxide concentration that will limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels, the target set by the Paris Agreement on Climate Change. United Nations Environmental Program, UNEP, also estimates that global greenhouse gas emissions need to fall by 7.6% annually between 2020 and 2030 to limit the warming of our atmosphere to 1.5 degrees Celsius. The consequences of this are already being felt across the globe. According to the World Meteorological Organization, the year 2020 was one of the 3 warmest years on record since we began measuring meaningfully temperature on our planet. And the World Bank projects that at this current rate, climate change could push more than 100 million people into extreme poverty by 2030 and reduce crop yields by up to 30% in Africa by 2050. This is the challenge we face. Today, we see the effects of this crisis in the form of floods, droughts, heat waves, crop failures, diseases, and conflicts. Ironically, even though our continent is the least contributor to global warming, we are among the most vulnerable to the impacts of climate change. This poses a systemic risk for our economy, infrastructure, water, food systems, public health, agriculture, and livelihoods. It has the potential to undo the significant developmental gains we have made over the years. The fate of our planet and the future of our people depend on the actions we take today. We in Ghana continue to adapt and implement policies aimed at addressing the climate change. For even though our contribution is minimal, we recognize that this global crisis requires collective, ambitious, and meaningful efforts from all countries. We have therefore committed under our enhanced nationally determined contributions to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by some 64 million tons of carbon dioxide equivalent by 2030 and enhance our resilience and adaptation to climate change by improving early warning systems, promoting climate-smart agriculture, restoring degraded lands, and protecting coastal zones. These bold, ambitious targets reflect our vision of becoming a low-carbon and climate-resilient economy. Since most of our emissions come from land use change, achieving these targets require that we take